What's happening, everybody? This is Hayden Adams with A Designer Who Codes. In this video, we're taking a look how to bring in new email addresses that we don't have yet into kit.com, which is formerly convertkit.com. In a previous video, I talked about how to set up and create your first email address with my one import and also how to send an email. But how do I get new email addresses I don't have? Well, what I want to do is in the grow section, I want to create a landing page because I want to bring in new people to my audience. So in the landing page section, I know this guy, Steve, he's wonderful. He's going to keep on popping up. In this section, I don't use forms as much. I like to have an actual landing page someone can go to fill out the information. So I'm going to say create a landing page. Now this, you can go whatever way you want to. Whichever design is, go for it. So for me, towards the bottom, I really like this Columbia design. I think, where'd it go? And I'll take that one for the most part. So let's go, you know what? Yeah, let's go with the Columbia design. Actually, you know what? Where's the guy I was using before? We'll just go simple. Let's go with Abby. Let's choose this one right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay this design out. Now I can bring in a picture. So what I'm going to do is I can then click on this picture and make sure I want to change this background image. So we're going to put something new in here. I've got a picture I got somewhere else of this dark house, for example. I've got this picture. Come on. You can do it. How big is the picture? There we go. So I have this house in this background. This is actually from my Legacy Logins website. And so what I want to do is, in this design, is I want to give someone a reason to add to my email address. Gone are the days when we just had it subscribe to my email account. That's, subscribe to my email address, subscribe to my newsletter. People, one, don't know what your newsletter is, and two, think of an email address as worth like $5. I used to say $1, maybe inflation. But that being said, I think about how does someone address your reasoning for signing up? And to me, I have to give someone a reason for actually signing up. I can't just say, hey, sign up. That was great back in the day, but we're all wary of how many emails we get per minute, per day, per month. And so this one is like subscribe not to our newsletter, but download a free, let's say download a free PDF resource. So I think of this resource as, is it worth $1 to $5? Is it worth someone signing up and giving over that email address for something that's free? So provide some more detail in this content area. So I say, this is a helpful guideline that will streamline your purchases at the grocery store, just making up something. So again, what this person is getting is they want to get something for free and not just cheap stuff. I actually want to give something of value. And the reason why I say something of value is by providing something of value, people are going, oh, that was great. I just got this amazing tool for free. What else do you have? So that's really where I think about, whereby when I design a layout, I think about, I want to make sure someone knows what they're getting. So this is grocery store. You might then want to say bullet points. So if you want to add different pieces and say, help compare prices, lower your overall grocery bill, save, just say lots of money. So again, what they're going to get as a result of it, and maybe we'll change this picture or we'll just take out the picture. So simple as that. And we'll say, you know what, there's that big floppy disk from our previous video. Whoa, that's giant. Oh, sure, that we should eventually resize that. But anyways, let's just keep that there for now, because why not? We'll just have a giant, let's not do that. Let's just keep it right there. So again, maybe not such a big image, but we can resize it inside the edit window in there. Now, again, when it comes to email collection, make sure that you do have a way to collect email addresses. But after that, what you also want to do is in this general styles, you can then add and say, well, I want to create either a custom field or I might want to say first name. So again, think about how you want to design yours. If you want it really simple and you don't need to collect first names, then you can take that out and essentially delete field and you're back to email address. Also keeping with your color palette, if you want to then go, you know what, I want to go with that blue color, not so much purple, but I had blue before in my design, so that blue subscribe, and making sure we respect your privacy and subscribe, totally. Make sure you always keep that there. And if you are paying for it, you can also remove the kit badge by removing it, or if you are having a free account, it will need to come back in there. So let's say I then download a PDF resource, and this person fills it out. So in the settings area, success. Now check your email to confirm subscription. This is really important. I call this the double opt-in. The reason why I do this is that if spammers get wind of your email address spam option just being open without any safeguards, well, you're paying per quantity. So if 10,000 emails land in your database this weekend, you're paying for all 10,000 emails. So to me, I think about making sure that there is a success message, sign up, and that people click to add to their email address. Domain name, which you then can say page URL, we'll say free PDF download. We can add that. So now that is now legacylogins.kit.com/free PDF download. And again, if you do have a actual domain name, you can add it here as well. I don't, I just have the kit.com email. Now here is where your incentive is going to go. So what it's going to happen is after confirming redirect, do I want them to go to a URL or I want them to download something? In this case, we're going to choose a file. And mine I already have right here is this physical password access PDF, which I designed. And if someone wants this for free, they can by saying upload. So what's going to happen is that when someone then clicks on that email to confirm. So again, what's going to happen is this form will be sent once new subscribers from this form. So I don't want to auto confirm new subscribers. Again, if people get wind, more like the bots or the spammers get wind of it, they're going to hit your email address real fast. They want to be on your email list. So I want to make sure that I don't click auto confirm. And I want this really simple. Thanks for signing up. Click the link below to confirm your subscription and you'll be on your way. Awesome. This is great. To me, I'm stoked because the fact that I then can stop all the spammers. I remember before I was getting a whole bunch of unconfirmed, and the unconfirmed people do not count towards the overall price of kit.com. If we go to advanced, you can then, if someone wants to come back and fill this out, this is where you can also have invisible captions if you want to. I've never seen this work better or worse, in my opinion, because I just naturally have that incentive where I don't auto-confirm new people, so that blocks it by default. So I'm all set there. Now, also, if you do want to have this with Google Analytics or Facebook Business, if you're tracking any data like a Google Tag Manager where you are using this with Google Ads, totally cool. Just make sure you then click on one of these analytics and then add the actual data into the section, the Google Tag Manager, the G for Google Analytics, Facebook Pixel ID, and so forth, along with title and description for SEO purposes. So once you set all this up, all you have to do is save it. And now what we get, if we then publish this, is that when we actually share this out, I'm going to link to legacylogins.kit.com/free PDF download. So if I copy this URL, just try it real quick here. We'll drop it into Safari. And now what I get is I get just this screen. And what I'm focusing on is that not any navigation, where else. I like the fact that it's all clear as can be. So if someone clicks from this YouTube channel or somewhere else, they go right to this page and they don't see the picture up here. It's just download a PDF resource. They fill in the email address and they click subscribe. What they will get if we come back here, oops, kit here. Again, what they will receive once they fill it out is this email. Thanks for signing up. Click the link. Important. You can also tell people if you want to as well that you might want to say, and this also is the case for some people, check your spam folder in case it went there as well. I did hear at times from some clients that some emails were going to spam. Can't control that. That's just where it is. But if you are noticing spam folders where you're like, hey, I didn't get the email. Well, that can happen where earlier in the days where you do have to check your spam folders going on. Save and you're all set to go. While we're at that spam filter section, what you should be aware of in the settings area is, not this settings. Let me publish this one. But what you do want to be aware of is that since we're talking about this spam filter in that section, you want to make sure you actually have an email address that is not necessarily at Gmail or at Hotmail or at Yahoo. This is a case where they do talk about how email addresses will get bogged down if you don't have an actual domain name behind your name. And this is whereby a lot of spammers just use Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, Outlook. Well, actually, Outlook's paid for. But any other email out there. So what happens is that your chance of it going to spam will increase if you have a Gmail or a Yahoo or whatever else. So do be aware that in your settings, that if you are sending emails, and it's actually over here in this email setup section, that this is where it is confirmed. Deliverability, I'm not worried about this piece quite yet, but if you go over 3,000, we do recommend that you set up your verified sending domain. But you do need to set up at least, and it does help to have it whereby you have the @ symbol be your own email address. I do recommend that highly when you do bulk emailing, so it does not end up in the spam filter. But after that, you can link any page to this resource to capture emails for a free download courtesy of an actual page at kit.com.